Hello, this is Onyx Tarot Readings, and today I'm here with episode 4 of the podcast. So we're going to be looking into this week, March the 29th through April the 4th, and this theme is going to be progress, consistency, and self-trust. So basically, what are you working towards? There's something about your progress in a particular area that's going to be really focused on. For some of you, this could be work, this could be routines, this could be health, mindset, or a personal goal. But you all will see as this week progresses that Sunday to Wednesday, momentum is going to basically build up. And then by Wednesday and around, midweek, you all will feel very proud of your consistency. So there may be something that you are implementing this week. And by Friday, something starts to feel very solid and established. So you're basically solidifying this week the person that you are becoming. Internally, there is a theme this week about understanding why you weren't as consistent before and recognizing where you were distracted or misaligned. So again, what are you focusing on this week? What is changing this week? What new things are you implementing? And basically, with having really good wins and, day after day of consistency, you're basically going to be able to see, that's why I was falling short on that. That's where I didn't put enough energy in it in the past. So a lot of you may naturally begin to pull back socially. You may try to spend, more time alone or offline. You may protect your energy more intentionally. And some would say this is isolation, but essentially it's realignment. So this week, you all are learning to detach from past habits, detach from needing to have immediate results, detach from people or environments that slow your growth, so that basically you can focus on the thing that you really want to make progress on and progress in and be successful this week. You all will also notice that you have a lot of clarity this week. You may seem like you're more focused. You may also have a deeper sense of self-sufficiency. You may tap into your creativity tied to your career, personal projects, leadership roles. Others may start to see you as more grounded, more disciplined, someone they really want to listen to. But basically, you're going to realize that you are inspiring other people without even trying. So there may be certain conversations that you all may have where someone really reflects to you, like how well you've been doing and, the things that you've went through in the past, the consistency that you have now, the progress and the things that you're working towards now. Like a lot of you will kind of just see and basically get that in confirmations from other people that are close to you. And those are meant to serve as confirmations that you're on the right path and you're doing the right thing. So a lot of you as well are going to see that you have a lot of support around you. There may be a friend, a mentor, a partner that truly believes in you, speaks highly of you, and supports you more deeply than you possibly know. So again, this is going to serve more so as a confirmation because their presence, their words, how they pour into you or the things that they say really matters this week because those nuggets or that little comment is going to literally push you forward through the rest of this year, okay? So things to avoid this week is overcomplicating things. So stick to what you've already started and building up on whatever you have already started instead of constantly switching directions could be helpful. You may be wanting to implement certain things, like for example, say you're trying to work out more. So instead of just working out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and going from there, you may be like, I want to sign up for this class, and I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that. But basically, that could be overcomplicating things. So whether that's in day-to-day, whether that's in business, whether that's at work, whether that's at home, as simplified as you can do something is the better, because basically this week you're focusing on consistency. Additionally, all or nothing thinking should be avoided this week. So you shouldn't be thinking, oh my gosh, I could have been this, much further. I could have done this. I could have done this faster. Oh my goodness. Your main thing this week for success is focusing on progress over perfection. Nothing's meant to be perfect this week. This week is more so for you all to focus on building that consistency that you're going to need to have a great rest of this year. Many of you may find that you're stepping into your next level. You're not necessarily becoming someone new. You're stepping into who you already are. So some of you may have been going through certain things that basically impacted your progress, from consistency, from the things that you're wanting to do. Maybe you put certain things on the back burner. And maybe for some of you all, you could have felt like, okay, I'm just an inconsistent person, or okay, I don't really care about this. I'm going to be focusing on this. There could have been some type of shift in who you think you are based on the circumstances around you and based on not really being able to focus on this one particular thing. But essentially, you all are going to be acting like your future self this week. So that consistency and the focus on your health, or focus on your relationships, or focus on what really matters and what you're really wanting to build, is going to be and embody who you already are in the future. So you're going to be making decisions from that place. Like, what would the future me be doing? How would the future me handle the situation? And while it may seem like really trivial or really like silly, it's actually going to help you all differentiate the past from the future. So for example, you could have been like, okay, in the past, I would have did this like that. In the past, I would have answered this person in this way. In the past, I would have thought this about myself. But now I'm making decisions to say, in the future, this is how I'm going to do things. Even if it's a little scary, even if it's a little uncomfortable, you're literally preparing yourself for what's going to be the norm for the future. These choices are going to essentially pour more confidence and feelings of self-sufficiency in you all. And I feel that you all are going to kind of see that you don't need loud validation. You don't need people saying, oh my gosh, you're doing a great job. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm happy that you made this decision. A lot of you all will have this like quiet confidence and quiet peace of mind that's literally going to, again, push you through the rest of this year in a really good way. You're going to see that you don't need approval for your growth this week. Towards the end of this week, a lot of you are going to see progress in one particular area that you've really been focusing on for the bulk of the week. And it's going to be very important not to sabotage your progress when you see things starting to work. So again, going back to the things to avoid, not adding too many new things to your routine, just focusing on consistency, focusing on, okay, I showed up. I don't have to add this or that to my goals and to my plans. Not switching directions randomly. So like if you're like, you know what, I was doing this, but now I'm going to completely go in the opposite direction because that's the thing I need to go forward toward. That should also try to be avoided because, again, this week is about consistency. How can I show up? Even if it's a little bit, how can I show up? And there's no need to try to reinvent anything. Like I said, it's not about perfection. It's about consistency and building on what you've already started. So lastly, not overloading your to-do list could be helpful too. You may find that a lot of things that you may feel are super, super, super pressing could actually be handled next week, for example. Additionally, there could be a lot of new opportunities and positive shifts happening this week in the form of unexpected good news, money opportunities or recognition, conversations that move things forward for you. So I do feel like there's a lot of good things that are happening this week. And the feeling of being stuck for a lot of you is going to be lifted. A lot of you are going to find a lot of excitement and the things that you do and into your daily routine as well. So essentially, the more consistent you are, the better this week. Last but not least, your commitment to your future is being tested. So again, this week is a week of discipline, follow through, self-trust, consistency. If everything you wanted to do depended on how you show up this week, what would you do? So kind of like going through this week acting like someone is watching, whether it's a boss, whether it's a higher power, whether it's your future self. How would your future self show up this week? How would your future self handle your workout routine or your work environment or certain decisions or certain relationships? This week sets up the entire month of April. So what you do now matters way more than you think. So focusing on that one thing, staying consistent, and then letting the progress build day by day could be very helpful. And remembering that you don't need to do everything, you just need to do something consistently could be helpful here. So that is what I have for you all for this week. Stay tuned for the podcast for next week. And thank you all for being here and thank you for listening.